Hi, welcome to Sweet Tree Hill Farm. I'm Kathy, and I'm very excited today to share with you something that we'll be doing, a little project we'll be working on, and I hope you all will find a way to participate with me, and there'll be several ways that you can. So the project is called Barn to Yarn. Alrighty, and what I'll be doing is creating a tutorial and sharing with you my process on basically choosing a fleece to skirting, washing, several different ways of either combing or carding or hand carding fleeces, getting them ready to spin, and then spinning the fleeces. So I invite you all to follow along. Now here's some of the different ways you can participate. First of all, we're going to start today. We have 3 fleeces here, and I'm going to invite you all to help me decide which fleece that we will be using for this tutorial. All right? The second way you can participate is actually getting your hands in and grabbing a fleece at our fleece sale. We're having a great fleece sale of 20% off, and I'll have information about that where you could buy a fleece and you could follow along with me, and you can also ask questions, because sometimes you might not know you have a question till you're actually in the process and you might have a question. So this is a great time if you've never worked with Shetland or Shetland Gotland crosses or a Gotland fleece. This is the perfect time to get some of those questions answered. And the final way, probably the most popular way I think you'll be able to participate, is that every time you make a comment or share this event with others or ask a question, you'll be entered in a contest to win the yarn that I end up producing through this tutorial. And so I'm hoping to have 3 winners, maybe 4, depending on how much yarn we end up producing. I'm hoping that, my goal is to have each winner win 2 skeins. And so it'll be hand spun, and you'll have basically a documentation of how your yarn was produced, and I hope the winners will make something wonderful with it. So let's get started. So the first question at hand is choosing a fleece. And by the way, to let you know, when you're choosing a fleece, the fleeces that we have for sale, there are several that are on our fleece sale right now, and I'll be adding more later. In fact, the 2 that do not get chosen here will be posted. And these are from our last shearing in the spring. And to let you know, this was an incredible group of fleeces that came off these sheep this year. So much so that I really didn't want to send them to the mill. Most of the time, like I said, we normally do. They usually go towards our yarn, our Hilltop Shetland yarn. But this year, the fleeces were so lovely. These are the best fleeces we've ever gotten. And I really think they should be spun, hand spun. And so you'll have a nice selection to choose from. So here's sort of at random, by the way. I've chosen 3 fleeces for us. So the first one, and I'm gonna come up with walk around and show you the locks in particular. This one is a Gotland Shetland cross, and this will be the second fleece for this particular sheep. All right, and as you can see, it's got just a little bit of, it's more curly, and it has a little bit of crimp. All right, and the nature of Gotlands are that they are more curly and not crimpy, but very soft. And as you can see also, but all of our fleeces are from fields that don't have a lot of problems with burrs or vegetable matter. These pastures are really cleaned up, and so you might have maybe a little bit of hay, but for the most part you don't. So just, I'm going to walk around here. I'm by myself, so as you can tell. And so this is, I don't know if you can see it, but that's selection number 1. Okay? Selection number 2, this is a Gotland Shetland cross as well. and it is from, ooh, some bug just got me. I'm outside, as you can tell. And it is a silver fleece with a little bit of lighter tips. So you can see, and again, all of these, this staple length, by the way, on this one, I think was at least 3, maybe 4 inches. This one's more along those lines as well. And again, this is definitely has more of the curly, all right, and soft gray. And by the way, we could consider dyeing any of these fleeces. So keep, when you're making your decision as to which one we should do, keep that in mind. And by the way, as far as the weights, I haven't weighed these fleeces yet because we haven't skirted them. But I'd say probably this one would be about 4 pounds. Maybe this one's 3.5 to 4. And this one's going to be heavier over here. So again, I'm going to take this up to the camera and you can see. So very soft, very nice. All right, and then the final one is 100% Shetland. This is from our freckle-faced Tansy. She always puts out a really nice fleece. This will probably be her. She's a 3-year-old. 3-year-old? At least 3, maybe 4. And so her fleece, she really has some sections. She's with longer areas. Now she's going to be. The first one was a white, by the way. This is a silver. Now she's more towards a fawn, a very light fawn. All right, so she would be good choice for dyeing as well. And so her staple length is pretty long, and she has more of a soft crimp, not so much the curl, if you notice. All right. And so what Shetland has is a soft undercoating and then mixed with a wispy guard hair. All right. Now she's going to be a heavier fleece. She's at least 4 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. All right, so there you have it. So what I invite you to do is go ahead and comment both either on the Instagram feed or on my Sweet Tree Hill Farm Facebook feed. Please decide, make your decision as to which of these fleeces you'd like me to process. And we'll get to it. I will give you, let's see, today is Wednesday the 5th. So let's try to have our decision by next Wednesday. We'll give you 1 week to make that decision as to which fleece to choose. And it'll also give you time to look over the fleeces on our fleece sale. And I'll give you the link to that when I post this. And then you can let me know what you think, and then we'll get to it. All right? So I look forward to your comments and hearing what you all have to say. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.